me out of here for some way?
Oh.
I don't have anything that allows me to shift you.
No.
These seas are so rough right now. It is so hard to keep or maintain balance. And that heavy armor doesn't help one damn bit.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to target the Warped Beast Warping Touch, which is the top one,
Okay.
the one biting the whip. I think that's a whip.
Sure.
So I'm going to do the Flying Blade because I guess she is engaged with Geráck?
No.
Or is that Chaos Behemoth?
It's just the behemoth.
I
She's
don't
just
think I'm
riding
gonna...
on the raft.
Yeah, I'm still going to target her then.
Okay.
20 plus 5 plus... No, plus percent.
That will hit her.
Okay, roll 5d6.
Plus 10.
Plus 10.
Okay, 28 points of damage. She takes that square in the shoulder with a cry, a human cry of pain.
Well, she attacked our teammate, you know.
Anything else for your turn?
He got momentum. He moved. That's his turn.
Dwohurim.
Use your daily.
I don't have a daily.
No, do him.
Oh, are you sure?
The paladin just like screams out, "Use your daily!"
Do I do?
Lightning, goddammit, lightning!
Use what daily? Tell me.
Lightning!
But there's a fantasy trope and you're in the water.
Never mind that.
Alright. Alright then.
He's got a protective
Right,
suit of metal armor on.
You wanted to be reckless.
I...
Because then I will probably hit all of them. But also you.
Also me, guaranteedly me. I
Yes.
don't have that much hate speed left.
No. So probably not reckless.
If I take
Uh,
70
well-
more damage, I will win.
Interesting situation then. I suppose. I suppose they would certainly count as being a group.
They are definitely in a group. 3 of them are
Exactly.
riding on top of one.
With lightning. So do we go full power or half?
Well,
Full.
You know, I'm curious to see what happens with it. Just hope I don't misfire this, because then I'm in serious trouble.
Yeah.
All right, so Dwohurim will go there and move forward to the beach. The waves don't seem to be pulling people out anymore, do they?
Not right now, though. Perhaps it was more the fact that one of the tentacles reached all the way out and yanked the Dwarf Paladin's feet out from under him. Which, when you consider that, it's probably terrifying.
Yeah, it's pretty long tentacles, but at least we can sort of see its head sticking up here.
You can see,
these things
like,
on them?
at least 37 of its heads.
Oh God. Well, it's time
It is a
to
massive raft of flesh with innumerable heads and mouths and tongues and
Time to-
appendages.
empower this. He'll begin to gather the power around him of lightning as he's done before, but this time much more ferociously and just more concentrated than before. As he perhaps even finds himself a little surprised at the amount of power he's able to gather with this thing. As he will do an evoked 5th level lightning bolt.
Okay.
Let's first take a look at the targets.
Alright.
So I get 1d3
Plus 1.
plus 1. And I'm just going to do this the old-fashioned way because my macro is not evoked. And one target, all right. Well, 2, I suppose. Which will be her
Okay.
and the big beast.
Alright. The big beast.
Yes. And now we hope for some good rolls here because there's no Thomas to
Yeah.
fix my stuff. So against her,
That hits her
It's a
physical
defense?
defense.
good. And against it,
That hits its physical defense.
oh, that is beautiful.
Good,
I'm smiling right now. That means that that each of them takes 10d10 plus 1 maximized, which is 101 damage.
She dies, like screaming, like in hell and like pain, as she just like collapses on top of the raft. With lightning quick speed, however, this behemoth, in response to your lightning, although it completely hits her, begins using its tentacles and begins lifting bodies up into the air to catch the blast. Let's see how many.
It does that faster than lightning? God damn.
He does that faster than lightning.
Magic.
Basically, this time calls a lightning bolt from the sky, crashing
That's a
down.
whole lot. And then, yeah, she can basically evaporate too because she's right there next to him. 8 bodies as the massive tentacles begin, like, lashing out and completely end up shielding him except for this one spot where the lady just ends up getting zapped to death. And there's nothing but, like, a massive, like, pool of, like, ash and blood around the behemoth when the lightning disappears.
Oh, fuck Dwarf. That's all I could do.
It appears
Apparently I could-
unharmed.
Kill
At
some
least
sharks.
I get the turn now before anyone else hits me.
Yeah, that's the hope.
If anyone had, like, a knowledge that they could use versus the chaos situation, they could certainly roll that. If
Being
there's
a
nothing else-
pioneer.
Is that part of surviving the Dwarven games?
Oh, God.
All right.
They have a Salic pit.
I would like we'll say a strength-based skill check from you, but you still wouldn't have it. I don't think any of your skills involve swimming. I don't think dwarves in...
You know, in the mountains.
No, a strength-based skill check basically to see, like, whether you can do anything at all, because the water is threatening to, like, just carry you out into the rest of the Midland Sea.
My strength is a +5 at least, so that's good.
Yes, 1d20 basically plus 10.
Yeah.
We were looking for a 20 there, because you're champion tier. No. Geráck's entire turn, he cannot control himself at all. And
I can't heal myself, do anything.
you could, say, use a quick action to do that, but your
Alright.
move and standard actions are effectively gone.
Alright. I'm gonna heal myself then.
Okay. Basically just like, you're not really moved that much, because the behemoth doesn't want you to go anywhere. Okay.
At least we reduced the amount of monsters.
Yeah.
Corpses.
Let's see,
Yeah.
the behemoth, seems to have this uncanny ability for reaction, like all these bodies begin getting sucked towards it in the water. Like piling right next to Geráck. And, it attempts to, do something to Geráck. Whatever that ends up being depends on whatever this roll is. A 19, which would, technically be...
Gently
your
stroke
armor
his
class,
face.
and that is a miss against you. So we have the Slop Spew Barf attack. Geráck takes 10 damage, and he is hampered until the end of the behemoth's next turn.
Alright.
The behemoth missing there against the Paladin's powerful armor class, despite the penalties that he would have in the water. But cannot do anything else. The Orc Beast, sitting here, basically. Doesn't want to, like, go out into the water and swim himself. He's seen what happens whenever anyone gets in the water. That involves getting eaten. He doesn't want to get eaten. That will affect 2 targets nearby. That will end up being Geráck, and that will be Tempus. A Psychic Blast. This will go against Geráck first. 29 versus Mental Defense on Geráck.
Is that confused also?
Yes.
I will use this then.
Make that enemy re-roll its attack. You're not confused, but you still take the 8 points of psychic damage.
Something at least.
Yes. Which, you know, if you were confused, it wouldn't actually be that bad out there. You really
It
can't, like...
wouldn't?
You basically, like, throw, like... You, like, pull out your bow and, like, shoot someone, like, all the way out there in the water.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if there's gonna be any time, it'd be, like, basically, well, you can't move. And then this is against Tempus. That is a 20 versus mental defense on Tempus. That is half damage. So, you take 4 psychic damage.
Hey.
Hey, the studded leather armor of warding being used.
Anything MD or PD, I will hit that button. It's like, yeah.
The death speaker, like, in, like, this, like, fit of, like, panic and disbelief. Well, he's far away and he can reach far away. He doesn't want to get anywhere near to the coast. He saw what just happened whenever Dwohurim leveled that massively powerful blast. He'll attempt to go after the smaller warp beast with telekinetic grasp. That will be a hit against the dimensional slide one. That will be 30 points of damage, and he is stuck. Go ahead and put that stuck state right on him. I need to check something involving the stuck state right quick, because I didn't put it in the fucking macro. Neat. Okay, so he can still do that. And then against the other warped beast, that is 60 points of damage, and you better believe he's stuck and staggered. These creatures being crushed all the way out of here by this long-range sniper. And Death Speaker sees no reason to move. Death Speaker's good. Death Speaker ends his turn. Aurelia.
All right,
Go out and punch them.
Hop
let's
out
do,
and come back.
let's do something very stupid here. First of all, mechanically speaking, I want to spend 1 key point to gain flight until the end of my turn,
Okay.
which essentially will look that she is simply crouching down, kind of as if waiting, but then suddenly just catapults forward. Move action here. And then transitions almost flawlessly into her Springing Mantis Strike,
Okay.
which lets her move again. And just before she basically jumps claws first, but just before reaching, well, I guess here, this guy, she will basically just spin and hit him with a tail slap.
I need to know who you're attacking.
The warp beast on the right.
Yeah, he's fucked. Just like completely crushed against the massive raft body.
Good.
Another 20.
Man, these 20s. Yeah.
Yeah, that is certainly not the first, second, or third 20 Sheep has rolled.
Really is pretty
This
good
is the
at
real
hitting
reason he
things
wanted to
here,
enter
I think.
combat.
That was move action, standard action. I guess as my swift action, then she will also spit a bit of acid at this chaos behemoth, just to do
You get to do
things.
that once per battle?
I do believe it is a once per battle thing. Yes, once per battle.
Okay.
That is versus Speedy. That's a complete mess.
Alright.
Move. I will then also use the extra move action from Leaf on Wind to disengage again. Actually, I'm not engaged with the Chaos Behemoth, am I?
Yeah, you are. In order to
Okay.
attack him, you would have had
Yeah,
to
okay.
engage with the giant
Disengage.
thing.
10 is...
No.
Then I'm going to try that again. No. Okay, I'm staying here, apparently.
Okay.
And she will flop down into the water.
Spadoosh.
Happy birthday to the water. Alright. Warp Beast here is stuck, but that won't stop him. He has a
That's bigger, can
teleportation.
crush him, yeah?
He has a teleportation once per round. Yes, that would work. The Warp Beast is crushed, but his dark powers of chaos and despair do prevail. He uses his dimensional slide, and despite being stuck, he can teleport. He teleports right next to Dwohurim with his move action. And a standard action, he will, this is close
Thought the
quarters.
Death Speaker did like a crush thing. Never mind.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, he took 20 points of damage. He's still alive.
Oh, okay.
I'll press the button for you so that you know. He took 20 force damage. He's still alive.
That makes me happy.
There you go. I pressed the button for you. You fucking needy cunt.
That is the best kind.
And
Oh my.
1d3. This will be against Dwohurim, and it will be against Tempus, a Psychic Blast. First Dwohurim. That is a 27 versus mental defense. That is a natural
Oh, yes.
17, so you do not become confused.
I'm
8
happy
points-
for that.
8 points of psychic damage, and then against Tempus, Tempus does become confused. That's a natural 18. Tempus takes 8 damage, and he is confused until the end of this creature's next turn. Okay. That is the end of his turn. He will attempt to save versus being stuck. He fails. Escalation die finally goes to 1. Tempus, you must immediately spend your attack action, making a basic or at-will attack against at least one of your nearby allies, usually determined randomly. So,
I see 3 nearby. Well, he's nearby,
So
actually.
one. Do you consider Godfrey to be an ally?
No, I don't really know him.
I hate that
No,
guy.
don't. No.
One,
No.
2, 3, 4.
Okay. So Death Speaker's 1, Geráck's 4.
Yes. All right, then.
Dwohurim!
Dwohurim, basic or at will.
Can you just punch him?
This has to be a legit attack.
Okay.
So in that case, seeing as how you have to do this immediately, this would be like a flying blade, basically. You'd put on him.
Yeah. So, just throwing. Which makes sense because I've been throwing things. So, 1d20 plus 5 plus 5. I'm so sorry. Ah!
It is a miss. Dwohurim takes 5 points of damage from the cutlery, only like scraping like a wrist or something. That is your standard action. You can still take a move and quick action. You are still confused.
I'm. just try and walk over to ally. Probably walk over here quite confused.
Okay. Dwohurim, you just got like hit with like cutlery. Maybe like Tempus meant to hit the warp beast and like fucked up.
I mean,
And then just walk.
he certainly didn't hit that. You know.
Oh.
Well, let's try to shocking grasp it. This worked so well last time.
Yeah.
That is a miss.
Fuck. What's its level?
It is. That is definitely 5th level as well. Whenever you guys fought these.
That's brilliant, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
Well,
Let me.
thing never works. But let's try again, because trying the same thing again and again, that always works. There we go.
Yeah, it is 5th level.
Right.
Good to check that. That is definitely a hit. You are pop free.
And it takes 4 points of damage.
Okay, it's even more staggered.
And you can take like a move action too, like over here.
Okay. Geráck, go ahead and give me a 1d20 plus 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was gonna use this thing first, but okay.
Alright, that's good. Go ahead and roll that save first.
Yeah, right.
It's fine. Or, you mean, you can do whatever in order you want. Oh yeah, you're saved from that.
Yeah.
No, when you're 1d20 plus 10.
Yep.
Also, I just see that you have a +1 in that roll. You should make sure that you don't actually consider that for disengage rolls, though, because it's
Oh,
only
yeah.
for saves.
Yeah,
With
I
that
should
20,
change that.
I'm
Yep.
going to say that Geráck can actually retain control of himself for the rest of the battle. You can take your standard move and quick actions normally.
Alright. Question is, should I climb on top of this thing and hit it?
That would require another dexterity-based check, though.
So fuck that then. I'm gonna swim.
Just
short.
hit it though. Can't you just hit it from where you were?
You could.
You're good for the rest of the battle.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
figure
Yeah,
that
was-
shit
I
out.
also need to disengage from it and stuff like that. So.
But just think, whenever the battle ends, then you'll have to make checks again.
Oh god. Okay, so let's see. Yes, let's use a smite evil here.
Okay.
Plus 12. Nice.
Well, let's see whether you hit it.
Yeah.
That does manage to hit the creature, and
All
it,
right.
like, it howls with like 17 different mouths, and like a tongue tries to like latch onto your weapon and try to like grab it and yank it away from you, and you like pull it away at the last second. No,
Ooh,
it takes all that.
All right, good.
Although there are plenty of bodies around, it doesn't seem like it can do that against melee attacks.
All right. Just against lightning, that's.
Just against ranged attacks. At least against the lightning bolt, yes.
Yeah, I will also try to disengage because I don't want to be in the water anymore.
Okay. Go for it.
I'm gonna be in the water.
Alright, you're gonna be in the water.
I decided. Also, I'm gonna heal myself.
Alright. Good. See here. Chaos Behemoth is not intelligent enough to have really great threat recognition. But it is intelligent enough to know what is the juiciest thing to get into. And like, all that armor there, that's kind of awkward. But that not armor, that's not as awkward. That's awesome.
I forgot to roll my fucking save for confusion.
You do not get a save for that.
I don't.
It is not-
It just
is not a
lasts
saving
one round.
effect. Yes. He will roll a 1d20 plus 9 against Aurelia. That is a complete and total miss. As such, not even its miss attack will be executed. All of the limbs just like flail around uselessly at like the Dragonkin and like the Dwarf Paladin and like try to lash up there onto the shore, but no one's really around there too, and accomplishes a whole lot of fucking nothing.
It's trying to find corpses. It's like, I want that corpse of the sea shark. It's all the way over there.
The Death Speaker attempts to crush this warped beast. Will crush it completely. And will then attempt to hit the Chaos Behemoth. That will hit. And as it turns out, more bodies actually end up getting extended by the Chaos Behemoth and absorb the force damage of the crushing blow. And then are just like crushed and reduced into like ash and cinder. They vanish.
Oof. But you do know this means there's more tentacles for it to smack you
And
with.
Death Speaker like takes like a free action to like look at Dwohurim and go, "The fuck is that?"
Dwohurim knows. Dwohurim called down lightning from the sky. And like, it just blew up sharks, so...
Aurelia, go ahead and give me a strength-based skill check for swimming purposes to see if you get carried away by the current.
Alright, let's see. What is my
AC
strength?
20.
Is level +3. I don't think I have a background that I can justify for swimming, really.
I don't think so either. Nothing pops to mind. All
That
right,
should be enough, though.
You are able to swim fine and take your standard and move action this turn.
Good, which means she will gather lightning in one of her claws and swipe at the thing with
In
her
the water.
blue
Yes.
lightning.
Good idea.
Blue lightning. It is a good idea. It worked for Dwohurim, kind of. Except you missed.
That does
Did
hit
it
the creature.
miss?
Good.
It will take the full brunt of that damage.
Yeah, it also got hit for the first time by me this time, so it takes another 12 points of damage for a total of 49. Since it also takes the extra 10 lightning damage, since it's the only enemy around.
Okay, it is staggered.
And then I'm going to try to disengage and swim away. Geráck, you got this. I did what I could.
Yeah, I got this, sure.
Roll back on the shore. Escalation die goes up to 2. Tempus, you're the warp beast creature turn. You're no longer confused. You can take it.
Yay! I can think.
You can think.
Moving here and throwing cutlery.
Okay.
Right, let's see if this is even. Well, let's see if it hits first. And oh.
That is a miss.
5.
5 points of damage.
On the Chaos Behemoth, I should add, it's not against Geráck.
Yes, I assume so. Anything else with your turn?
Uh.
Why would you target me?
Fuck.
Fuck.
I assume that's
Did you
a
just
no.
state that?
Dwohurim.
No.
You know, it's probably going to do that howl thing again, and we already have enough people that are close to it. So let's just magic missile it.
It cannot do its crazy deflection shit against auto hit magic missile. And all of the raft is like beginning to bleed and show heavy signs of wear and tear. Like all of the mouths are screaming a cacophony of pain and anguish and agony and misery and terror and hatred and wrath, and that's pretty much all right in Geráck's face.
Well, at least it's not singing the song that'll end the world out of that one mouth. So.
Anything else, Dwohurim?
Let's move over here.
All right, Dwarf Paladin, this is your chance to bring it into chaos.
Alright, let's do it. Another Smite Evil.
All right.
That's my first extra one, so...
Yes, your first extra one.
Yep. And let's hit.
Go ahead and give me a description of how you end this thing. The thing that should not be.
How the fuck do you kill this thing? Well, basically, Geráck grabs a hold of the side of it and just keeps swinging up on it, so crushing its eyes and its skull, and leaking brain matter all over himself, and it's a whole
its
messy
skull.
business.
It's like all of its heads and shit. Yes, all of
Yeah,
them
one
constantly
of its
howl and like anguish and tear, and like the mortally wounded beast like tries to like flail away from you and push itself off into the water, and the paladin with his 20 keeps like chasing after and like hacking it repeatedly until like
Yep.
this massive like island of flesh begins to discorporate. And if you thought the water was bloody and frothy before, it's even far worse now. It's so bad. So coated with blood, all spilling onto the wet sand of this peaceful beach. Combat is over. You can pull yourself out of the water.
And Tempus will get away from the beach edge,
Oh God, that was horrible.
helping Geráck along the way.
Fuck. Geráck just sits down and throws his helmet and his hammer away and just sobs a bit. Oh,
Those aren't sobs. She's just wet, isn't it? Right? Right? Oh God!
It really, like, I thought of like adding like some sort of like, you know, effects like it really is bad.
And it's coming closer. Run!
It's
You
the
know, it turns into the
blob.
blob, yes. It, like the
Oh.
beach, the shore, all the way down to the left, to the right of the village. There's still screams of terror echoing behind you, behind like inside the village proper. Like Godfrey is still standing there in complete and utter like shock and confusion. Death Speaker still wants to know what the fuck what that was, because he's never seen that shit before.
let's never go near the ocean again.
That might be very difficult.
Grim looks out to Creel out there and says, "It looks like things in the oceans are coming to us."
Yes, you might want to take the opportunity to do quick rest type things.
Yep.
You mean to us personally?
No. I don't think Creel could have known you were here. These things came from Creel.
The speaker like grabs onto the old man, the mayor, and says, "Come on, let's head back to the tavern. We can try to." And then like words trail off because the death speaker doesn't know what to say. The Godfrey is completely shell shocked, just like slowly, like vacantly nods, and they begin walking away from the beach. Your combat is really over this time.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh God. God.
I know, now the world has ended.
That's what it means. We're just dumped into the void. Poof.
There you go.
We will need to find another guide, I assume. Because this guy might have seen a little much
Yeah.
to care about caves.
I don't think any of the villagers will be able to, would want to guide us at this moment.
Let's go to the inn. Ask the innkeeper to.
The innkeeper will agree. He's not going to refuse. He'll basically blubber out the fact that if it wasn't for you folks appearing last night, the entire village would probably be done.
Yay! We saved 7 people.
If not to the Sahagwin, then whatever the hell just leaked out of the water.
Sure was a lucky coincidence.
That was an entire raft of flesh that was aware and sentient enough to be able to lightning quick defend itself against ranged attacks.
Well,
Yeah.
the fact that he gets so much, though. We didn't send that many people out there. Puking up this sort of thing. If we had known.
Geráck will also try to wipe himself down a bit.
Like water and blood is all like fleshy bits are all in like the joints of your armor, inside your helmet. Like your helmet's pissed.
Yeah, I can understand that.
It's
like in your boots. Like You're all just like if no one knew better, they'd swear like you serve the Crusader with how you look right now.
It's fine. Maybe it'll help to deter Domino from.
He will also try to buy some new clothes if he can find any.
There's
You get a shower.
there's not really any here that would fit him.
Oh, damn it.
I mean, there's threadbare rags. There's not that much in the way of quality clothes. They're kind of still being worn due to how cold it is outside.
Alright. He will wash them the best he can and sort of, yeah.
We really should take the time.
Unfortunately, the nearby water source is,
There's not a well in town or anything?
As it turns out, the Midland Sea is fresh water. So, whenever you live this close to the Midland Sea, you usually tend to rely on that.
Well,
It's fresh
fuck.
water.
Yeah.
Does anyone,
I've
does
never
anyone have a
realized that
bathtub
before.
ready or something?
you can get some water. Yeah, yes, we're living in a world where things basically just have fresh water sort of attitude mentality. The book doesn't say one way or the other, except for like a little blurb, I think. At least it's my interpretation. Someone else's interpretation would be salt water. My interpretation is that it's fresh water. That is what the Blessed Emperor wanted it to be, and so it is.
He desaltized the water.
The Iron
Wow.
Sea, that's really salty.
Like
then.
super salt.
With all the Sahagwin being extra salty. That's the
where
real
you put-
reason they're pissed.
That's where he put all of the salt. He's just like there, and they're all like, "God damn it, my sodium count is through the
If
roof."
you really think about
And
this
these,
giant, massive source of fresh water being here in the center of the Dragon Empire.
oversaturated, so when they swim, they get little pieces of salt in their eyes, and it hurts. That's why they're so angry all the
That's
time.
the real reason. No one's bothered to talk
Like,
about
"Arr, I hate this fucking salt. Huh.
it. Which really
Well,
makes for this awkward clash, like in the Koru Straits there between the Midland Sea and the Iron Sea.
Yeah.
That's not the only thing that's awkward about it, though.
Just swim there just to get a little bit of respite.
And then
They're
they just-
horrible monsters.